So you're thinking of bringing your family down south to Florida and you're eyeballing Tampa. Good news for you is that I've grown up here about 4 generations now, and I have 2 little ones of my own, 3 and 8 years old, just running me around crazy. And in this video, I plan on giving you a true, very raw depiction of what it's like living in Tampa, Florida with family. I'm talking real life stories from my experiences raising my kids here, and we're jumping into it right now. Welcome if you are new to me and new to my channel. I'm Morejon and I make videos all about what it's like living in the Tampa Bay area, covering the best neighborhoods and things to do, so you can get a real feel for what it's like living here. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell because we have a ton of great content to share with you and you're not going to want to miss it. And if you're thinking of moving to Tampa Bay, I am a licensed realtor, so see that number on the screen, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email because my team and I would love to help you find your perfect home. Okay, so growing up here and now raising my kids here, hands down, one of my favorite things about living in Tampa has to be the amazing things to do. You know as well as I do, if you have kids, and it doesn't matter their age, you have to keep them kids busy. I saw a meme the other day that said, cold brew isn't cutting it anymore. I need whatever Blippi starts his morning out with. And it's true because my kids have me running around 24/7. Good news is that living in Tampa, there are endless things to do, and while it's exciting staying home on weekends and having the neighbors' kids over, it's also fun exploring new things or hitting up a local festival or Sunday market. So with that said, let's talk about some real things my kids like to do, and to be honest, the entire family get to enjoy. No hidden secret, Tampa is a sports town, and I'll be damned if I didn't have boys, but no complaints here because I am blessed with 2 little girls that love going to games with me. Every year we try to catch a live Bucks, Rays, and Lightning game, and honestly, I was recently shocked when I took my girls to the Rays game, and more specifically my 3-year-old, she kind of caught me off guard. Right before summer ended, I asked my 8-year-old to choose one last hurrah before school started, and she chose to go to a Rays game. I was prepared to go, pet the stingrays at the game, because that's a thing, and get them a hot dog, popcorn, and of course Dippin' Dots, and honestly, just probably miss half the game. But what caught me off guard is that both of the girls absolutely loved the game. They really didn't ask for much. They didn't want to get up out of their chairs. The games are so energetic and have the fan interaction every inning. And as a bonus, they let the kids run around the bases on the field at the end of the game, which has them hooked, and now they can't wait for next season. Luckily, my girls are pretty open to doing just about anything as long as they get to do something. They hate just sitting around the house. So let me rattle through some of my favorite things to do as a family, and I'll be including pretty much everything on the full spectrum. So free things have to include going to the beach. Our go-to beaches are St. Pete Beach, Honeymoon Island if we bring the dog, Indian Rocks Beach for 4th of July, and Anna Maria for a long weekend or a weekly rental, which we do like to do in the summer. And keynote, it's always best to rent a golf cart to get around. Makes it fun too. Pro tip for little ones, have them wear a long sleeve SPF shirt at the beach. It makes light work of having to put on sunscreen, and bring a bottle of baby powder with you. Now, I say this because if you dust it on right before you get back in the car, all of that sand just falls right off. I think it's a mommy hack. How about taking a boat out? While renting an electric boat to scoot around the river in the downtown area can be fun, I chartered a half-day fishing guide with my kids, and now they're absolutely obsessed with catching fish, and I actually had to sign them up for a kids fishing camp with that same captain. We like brewery hopping too. Wait, what?
What the hell are you talking about?
Yes, Tampa has over 100 breweries, and while I'm not literally hopping around drinking all day with my kids, there are some family-friendly breweries like Ukulele on the Riverwalk. It's nice to just let the kids run around and play games on the outside lawn while I sit there and I have a mini date with my wife with a cold one in hand. If your kids like theme parks, museums, and zoos, you'll be in luck. Some of our popular attractions include Busch Gardens, which is loaded with roller coasters, shows, animals, and even a kids zone. The Tampa Zoo, which allows you to get up and close with animals, including feeding a giraffe or a rhino. The the Florida Aquarium, where you can see sharks, alligators, and learn about Florida's wildlife and ecosystems. And why not throw in my 3-year-old's list topper, good old Dinosaur World. That's all right here in town, and of course we have Disney and Universal Studios only about an hour away, right in Orlando. So outside of that, Tampa's weekend schedule is absolutely loaded. And if we don't have soccer tournaments or a kid's birthday party to go to, we typically just Google what's going on in Tampa this weekend, and there is a full lineup. From festivals to Sunday markets to outdoor concerts, there is literally always something. And yes, they're mostly all family friendly. The famous Gasparilla Parade, where pirates invade the city, even toned down a children's parade and offer that kids parade, which is the same parade with all the big floats and everything, but without the crazy cannons. And they made it a no alcohol event, which is nice for some. I can literally go on and on with this topic, but I hope that what I've shown so far is that the kids can have their place in Tampa and the entire family gets to have fun too. A popular question I get asked is, what's the best place to live in Tampa for families? And honestly, it's not exactly a straight answer because much of that depends on your lifestyle, your budget, your schools, and of course, your wants and needs list. But I will tell you this, there are so many great areas to live in with families. I've lived in the suburbs and I currently moved back to the city, and both have their pros and cons. In the city, you'll have tons of neighborhoods to choose from, but they aren't your typical walled, master planned subdivisions. They're more like areas with invisible boundaries because everything in the city is pretty much built on a grid. So South Tampa tends to be a crowd favorite in the city with neighborhoods like Palmacia and High Park. You can find a nice list of these on niche.com that will actually rank the best places to live for families. Now, if this isn't your vibe, our suburbs might just be for you. Carrollwood is only about 10 minutes north of the city, and being built in the 1960s and 70s, was considered one of Tampa's first suburbs. I moved my mom there a few years ago, and the kids love visiting her and going to the new park there. Outside of West Chase in the west, which was a leading community for about nearly 2 decades, starting in the late 90s, most of our newer suburbs are located approximately 30 minutes north and southeast of Tampa. In the suburbs, it's where you'll find tons of young families thriving as the new communities build master plan neighborhoods with all these bells and whistles. I'm talking about the resort style living with clubhouses and massive pools, running and biking trails, and of course, tons of parks for kids to just burn off that energy. One of the best things about the communities in the suburbs is that you will often find public schools in or nearby the communities, and you know that most of your classmates are also going to be your neighbors. So the kids grow up together and they play at home on weekends, and that's just a huge plus. Most of these neighborhoods will give you a feeling of safety and community. Many offer event coordinators and community events like food truck rallies or holiday parties that are planned, just allowing neighbors to get out and meet each other. Now, over the last 2 years, we've helped a lot of families relocate here from other states, and it's really taught me something. Tampa's a great city to raise your kids if you want to give them an environment where they can thrive. Not getting into the many reasons people have left their state and made the move to Tampa, but more focusing on the opportunities Tampa can provide for our kids. See, as parents, we want the best for our kids, and while Tampa's a fun place to live, it's also a thriving city that offers job opportunities, and you can connect with others starting from just a young age. Some of my best friends I have known for over 30 years, and I know their families, and my phone is loaded with the local contacts because it's just that type of city. It's a large metro with an old town feel. If you open yourself up, you will have a lot of contacts and a lot of friends willing to help for whatever it is. In the job sector, the medical field is exploding here, and just recently we were ranked as one of the top emerging tech cities in the country, attracting tons of jobs like IT and cybersecurity. Everybody wants the best for their kids, and growing up in an environment that not only allows them to be a kid, but possibly gives them a great education with our local colleges and contacts that they can use in adulthood, it's just a winning formula. You know what they say, it's not always what you know, it's who you know. So that brings me to my next question. How easy is it to meet people in Tampa? When people make a big move to another city or another state, I'm sure that it's a little nervousness around that. And let me tell you that the kids and the families that we've helped over the last 2 years have all said the exact same thing. It's great here. We love meeting our neighbors. The kids already have tons of friends at school and in sports, and it's just getting out and meeting others. It's just so easy. If you live in the suburbs, in a community with the big resort style pools, it's almost impossible for your kids not to meet others. And a community like Bexley in Land O'Lakes, or Starkey Ranch, or Epperson in Wesley Chapel that has multiple play parks or massive events every week and all year round, kids are out playing and having a great time. If you decide to live in the city like me, the city becomes your playground. My kids love going down to the Riverwalk because pretty much day and night there's families out there and always something going on. Car shows, boat parades, live music, there's always something. One of my kids' favorites is when they do the movie on the lawn and they play free kids movies every week for a specific month of the year. Sports are big in Tampa, so most kids have access to everything from Little League baseball to swimming to ice hockey. And I love that because I think team sports are great for kids learning how to be social and work with others. Our sports and events are available all year round since our weather is amazing and we don't really have downtime. Both of my daughters are in swimming, dance, and acro. Then the other part of the year, my 8-year-old plays on 2 soccer teams, one for her school and the other for a competitive travel team, while my 3-year-old, believe it or not, she takes cooking classes. We come from a restaurant background and she absolutely loves cooking. So I've tried my best not to mention it too much in this video, but my last reason to live in Tampa with kids is because we have great weather. Now, I know this may sound a little odd, but it affects so much. We have over 260 days of sun a year. All year round, things are open. We don't have snow days. And yeah, it gets hot in the summer, but it's expected. And it actually, most locals look forward to it because we know we get to have cookouts and pool parties. And what kid doesn't like to have a pool party? We popped a pool in last year, and between my neighbors and my family, my backyard is humming on weekends. But seriously, I have spoken to people that live in dreary areas or areas that get snowed in every year, and people get depressed. It's a real thing. Here you have sun and you have water. We have beaches and natural springs to play in. We get plenty of rain that keeps it looking green and tropical, adding life all around you. Nothing is just dead or dry. All of this affects your mood and mental state, and as I mentioned, it's all available to us all year round. We get to play outside, enjoy the endless things to do, meet others while doing so. The city provides plenty of social and career opportunities as it is a thriving city with a small town feel, and the communities in the neighborhoods are plentiful and great for families. I could easily give you 5, 10, 15 reasons why Tampa would be great for you. So if you have any questions, or possibly if you're already thinking of moving to the Tampa Bay area, see that number on the screen? Give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email because my team and I would love to help you find your next home. So until that next video, I'll catch you later.